U.S. President Donald Trump on July 31st signed an executive order that formalizes new tariffs on dozens of nations and the 27-member European Union (EU). The reciprocal tariffs announced will go into effect on August 7th, following the August 1st deadline for U.S. trading partners to reach trade agreements. The rates laid out in the executive order range from 10% to 41%, as Trump reset global trade imbalances to rectify U.S.'s trade deficit, the world's largest at $1.1 trillion in 2024. Trump said in the executive order, some trading partners have agreed to or are on the verge of agreeing to meaningful trade and security commitments with the United States, thus signaling their sincere intentions to permanently remedy trade barriers and to align with the United States on economic and national security matters. Other trading partners, despite having engaged in negotiations, have offered terms that, in my judgment, do not sufficiently address imbalances in our trading relationship or have failed to align sufficiently with the United States on economic and national security matters, the executive order reads. Trump's plan would impose a 10% tariff on countries where the U.S. enjoys a trade surplus, while nations where the U.S. has a trade deficit with will see a baseline 15% rate. The UK will see a 10% tariff. Based on the trade deals they struck with the US, the EU, South Korea, and Japan, will see a 15% rate. Many other countries will have their goods taxed at a higher than 15% rate, including those that have not reached an agreement or who agreed to such terms. The Trump administration said it would not be possible for a zero-for-zero tariff given the significant transshipment of Chinese goods to the US via third-party countries, in particular the Southeast Asia nations. Tariffs for Indonesia, Philippines, Malaysia, and Thailand are all set at 19%, while Vietnam's tariffs are set at 20%, with 40% for transshipment of goods. U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said during the Senate Appropriations Committee hearing in June, Vietnam has $125 billion in exports to us, and imports from us $12.5 million. But where do they get it from? They buy $90 billion from China. Then they mark it up and send it to us. It's just a pathway for China to us. India's tariff rate is set at 25% due to high trade barriers as well as unspecified penalties for being one of the largest buyers of Russian energy and providing resources to Russia to continue its aggression against Ukraine, Trump said on July 30th. Some of the hardest hit countries are South Africa at 30% reciprocal tariff rate, Switzerland at 39% rate, Laos at 40% rate, and Syria at 41% rate. Meanwhile, U.S.'s largest trading partner, China, is subject to an extended deadline ending August 12th, as negotiations between the two largest economies are ongoing.